I'd like to apologize beforehand for my rough voice on this one. I'm currently suffering from COVID, so my voice is a little rough. Anyway, here is the recording. Enjoy. SCP-4383. Sticks and Stones, Blood for Old Bones, A Curse Forever Thirsty. Object Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4383 is contained in a burial chamber within Shiramane Shrine in Kamigyo-ku, Kyoto. 2 undercover Foundation agents are to be posted inside the burial chamber's foyer. Unless Onryo Protocol is being enacted, the chamber is not to be opened. Onryo Protocol is enacted upon the initiation of a Fukushu event. This protocol is to be performed in the SCP-4383 burial chamber. During the Onryo Protocol, the foyer to the burial chamber is to remain locked. If Onryo Protocol fails to be completed during a Fukushu event, contacts within the Japanese government are to be notified, and all Foundation sites in Japan are to begin lockdown protocols. Description: SCP-4383 is the skeletal remains of the 75th Emperor of Japan, Sutoku Tennu, in its burial chamber in Shiramane Shrine. Fukushu events occur randomly with no correlation between date or time of day. No Fukushu event has been documented occurring less than 1 year apart, unless the Onryo Protocol is left incomplete or external interferences occur. The opening of the chamber is the only known way of manually initiating a Fukushu event. During a Fukushu event, the containment chamber holding SCP-4383 will begin to glow a dull shade of red. If the Onryo Protocol fails to be enacted or is interrupted, the following will occur in the country of Japan. The Kagawa Prefecture on the island of Shikoku will experience a spontaneous hailstorm that lasts for 21 hours. During the 24 hours following the initiation of the event, concepts from traditional Japanese folklore will begin to manifest throughout Japan. Exactly 24 hours after the initiation, some form of natural disaster will occur in the country of Japan. If Onryo Protocol is left incomplete, SCP-4383 will remain dormant for 6 months before initiating another Fukushu event. If containment is successfully re-established and the Onryo Protocol completed during a Fukushu event, before the occurrence of the next disaster, the event will conclude and no disaster will occur. The exact nature of SCP-4383's anomalous property is currently unknown. In accordance with the Fukushu Treaty, testing is strictly forbidden. Onryo Protocol. The Onryo Protocol was established by Emperor Meiji during containment of SCP-4383. The ceremony consists of 3 acts which reflect key moments in Emperor Sutoku's life, specifically the betrayal of his father and brothers. 3 volunteers are to be provided by the Japanese Self-Defense Force each year to carry out the protocol. These volunteers must be native Japanese man and his 2 sons, who must willingly participate with no form of outward persuasion. During the event, the 3 men are to be documented as the father, the eldest, and the favored. The ceremony requires a wakizashi, a tanto, 3 wooden bowls, a bucket of water procured from the Inibe, and 1 liter of blood from the current Emperor of Japan. The ceremony is performed as follows. Act 1. The Untrusting Father. The eldest will pour the Emperor's blood into the first of the 3 bowls. The favored will present the bowl to the father, who will accept the offering. The father will write 25 Holy Sutras on the east-facing wall of the chamber, using the blood of the Emperor. Upon completion of the sutras, the father will kneel before the east wall. The bowl of blood will be collected by the eldest, who will place it in the center of the chamber. Using the tanto, the father will commit seppuku. Acting as the kaishakunin, the eldest will perform kaishaku utilizing the wakizashi. The favored will collect the tanto and fill the second bowl with the father's blood. The favored will present the bowl and tanto to the eldest, who will accept them. Act 2. The Betrayed Eldest. The eldest will write the next 25 Holy Sutras on the west-facing wall of the chamber, using the blood of the father. Upon completion of the sutras, the eldest will kneel before the west wall. The favored will take the bowl of blood and place it in the center of the chamber. The favored will empty the bucket of inube water over the eldest head. Using the tanto, the eldest will remove his own tongue before committing seppuku. Acting as the kaishakunin, the favored will perform kaishaku on the eldest. The favored will now collect the eldest's blood in the third bowl and retrieve the tanto. Act 3. The Tainted Favored. The favored will use the blood of the eldest to write the last 25 sutras on the north-facing wall. Upon completion of the sutras, the favored will kneel in the center of the room. The favored will pour the remaining blood of the father and eldest into the bowl containing the emperor's blood. Using the tanto, the favored will remove his left thumb and place it in the bowl of blood. The favored will consume the blood within the bowl. At this time, the favored will remove the bodies from the chamber and the door will be sealed. After the conclusion of the ceremony, the favored is to be amnesticized and released. A cover story is to be fabricated about the death of the father and the eldest. Discovery. The following is an excerpt of a document received by the O5 Council on behalf of Emperor Showa in 1946. To the Honorable O5 Council of the SCP Foundation. I, the 124th Emperor of Japan, Hirohito Showa, formally ask for your assistance in a matter of great magnitude. I fear my country's recent occupation will hinder our efforts to contain a most vengeful spirit of the past. When necessary, a sacred ritual for the spirit Emperor Sutoku Tennu must be performed to appease the horrid curse put upon our nation. Though there is much honor involved, this ritual is a gruesome affair, one that I fear will not be understood by our current occupiers. I formally invite you to my palace to reach an agreement between the Foundation, the Imperial Japanese Abnormal Matters Examination Agency, and Japan itself in order to facilitate the continuation of these most sacred rituals. Signed, Hirohito Showa. The Fukushu Treaty was signed on August 30th, 1946 between Emperor Showa, the Foundation, and IJAMEA for containment of SCP-4383, along with several other terms. Fukushu Events. Date: December 20th, 1946. Cause: a small seismic tremor dislodged one of the marble doors to SCP-4383's containment chamber, which cracked in half upon hitting the floor. Effects: at 4:20 a.m. on the next day, an earthquake occurred in the Nankai Trough, which measured at an 8.5 on the moment magnitude scale. This earthquake caused a tsunami to hit the Nankai region of Japan, destroying approximately 2,000 buildings and causing over 1,500 civilian casualties. Notes: several replacement doors were created, one of which was installed 3 days after the initial event. The Foundation Engineering Division developed an early warning earthquake detection array to help prepare for a similar occurrence. SCP-4383's clearance level was raised to 4-4383. Date: November 7th, 1999. Cause: during the Onryo Protocol, a volunteer refused to carry out the ceremony. Effects: at 5:06 a.m., a flock of avians resembling the classic depictions of Japanese tengu began attacking civilians in Kurosawa, Japan. 24 hours later, the Sakurajima volcano began a minor eruption, causing mass pollution. Notes: all manifested creatures were contained by the Japanese branch of the Parazoology Division. The volcanic activity disrupted civilian life in the area, though no casualties were reported. The eruption disrupted the long-term stability of the volcano. The possibility of future mass eruptions has greatly increased. Date: October 3rd, 2015. Cause: the Foundation researcher responsible for SCP-4383, Dr. Reynolds, refused to initiate the Onryo Protocol in order to study the anomaly. This led to the continuation of the event. Effects: at 7:28 p.m., a 90-meter-long octopus appeared off the northern coast of Japan. This creature destroyed 3 fishing vessels before a Foundation Naval Response Unit terminated it. 24 hours after the Fukushu event's initiation, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake hit northern Japan. This earthquake and the accompanying tsunami led to the severe damage to the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Notes: 3 days after the event's initiation, Dr. Reynolds was removed and the protocol enacted. Dr. Reynolds was terminated for directly disobeying the orders of O5 Command forbidding testing of SCP-4383. Notice: 4383. Classified 5-4383 Authorized Personnel. Update: SCP-4383. A week after the 2015 Fukushu event, an IJAMEA assault force took possession of SCP-4383. Declaring a breach of the Fukushu Treaty, the Japanese government fully backed the IJAMEA's position. Multiple attempts at negotiation were attempted, but all have failed to acquire the anomaly. O5 Command has ruled out a forcible recovery effort while SCP-4383 remains contained. If at any point IJAMEA or the Japanese government fails to contain SCP-4383, the Foundation will forcibly regain control of the anomaly. Until such time, Foundation personnel 4/4383 clearance and lower will be made to believe SCP-4383 remains in Foundation custody. Signed, O5 Command. Thank you for listening to SCP-4383. If you enjoyed this SCP, please follow the link in the description to the SCP Wiki and vote it up to support it and the SCP Wiki as a whole. Also, if you have any SCPs you'd like for me to do, please leave a comment below, and I'll see what I can do.